Hello, this is Marcia. Hope didn't bump the camera too much there. And today we're going to start off working on our embroidery and quilt block. So here at Markets of Sunshine channel, we're going to be learning about beginner and intermediate quilting, sewing by hand and machine, crocheting. We're going to learn how to do junk journaling and cross stitching, lots of needlework basically, handwork, paper crafting, and fabric crafting. So that's everything you'll learn here at Markets of Sunshine. So I wanted to say thank you and welcome to all of my new subscribers, all my returning subscribers, and thank you for everyone who's entering the giveaway. So head on over to my blog, be in the description box below, and it's only 3 little steps that you have to do to enter the giveaway. Subscribe to my channel, join my mailing list, and share this video and blog post, and leave me a comment letting me know what social media platform you shared it on. It has to be a public place where I can verify it, and that so if you have a private account, unfortunately, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be able to verify that. But if you can share it to a public account, then that I can verify, then that's great. And then that's all you have to do, and you win a $10 store credit. So everyone who does those 3 things wins a $10 store credit to my Etsy shop. So that's pretty amazing, right? Because usually 1 or 2 people win, not everybody. So, but I have to be able to verify it, and I don't care. You can comment and say that you did it. And if I can't verify it, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. And you have to be able to be a subscriber, and I have to verify that. So anyone internationally in the U.S., doesn't matter where you live, because you have to pay your own shipping. This is $10 store credit. There is no cash value to this. It's not related to YouTube at all. And what other disclaimers? You have to be 18 years old or older to enter. And what else? If you don't use all of the $10 credit, then you don't get any money back at all on any of that too. So I think I've covered all the bases of that. So let's get started right away on our little project today. Okay, so I'm going to try to bring it in enough so that you can see what I'm doing, and I'll hold it up every now and again, and I want to show you what I've already done. So let's take a look here. Okay, so I've filled in all of the, where are we? Maybe I don't it's hard to know how clear you are. Okay, so all of this I've already used the satin stitch and filled all this in, and then French knots and the chain stitch down here. So we'll be doing that together on another video. So today's video, I've done the applique stitch and tacked all this in place, which I had already showed you previously doing it over here. Okay, so I've already shown you how to do that. And then now today we're going to do a blanket stitch, and I've already done 2 variations of the blanket stitch. So this one here is called a double blanket stitch, and then this one here is, I don't even remember now what the name of it is, but I'll just call it a V blanket stitch because that's what it looks like to me. It's the letter V that you're making. So I'm going to continue this V pattern here to this corner, and then I'll do the double blanket stitch on this corner so that you'll see. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like. And then, as you'll be able to see as I'm doing it, as I continue to go. Okay, so let me see. Okay, I want to be able to hold it down, so I'll talk a little bit and tell you what I'm doing in the beginning, just to get you started. So I use 2 strands of the embroidery floss thread, and I have a regular quilting embroidery needle. Okay, so then I have my work in the wood hoop already, so you're going to come up underneath. So we want to make this into a V, so I'm going to come up here first, right next to where I made the other V. And then, just like it looks, you're going to go in a V pattern, and you're going to just angle it here, and then catch it here. Bring your needle through. And the thread that is not in the eye of the needle is what you're going to use to wrap around the back, and then just pull it through, and now you have your V pattern. Okay, and then I'm going to go down right here at the top of the edge of that fabric, and then that completes the V. Now I'm going to go on an angle this way, and I'm going to catch it, so I'm going to start right here, and then I'm going to just hold my thumb nail so that I can line it up, since I can't see the fabric, see through it. Okay. It's a little bit awkward when you're trying to keep your hand out of the way and where it's making it where you can see what I'm doing, so I don't have a stand, and even if I did, I don't even know if that would make a difference so that you could see what I'm doing. Okay, so then we're going to come here, and this is not really lined up like I want, but that's okay. It's mainly just for the purpose to show you how to do this. And trying to go through the cotton batting, which is thick, even though it's a very thin batting. So now I want to angle it toward the edge of the stitch that I just finished. And I want to take the yarn, go behind it, thread, floss, whatever you call it. Alright, and then come over here, and we're going to just angle it to this corner. Try to catch a little bit of that. Okay, so you can see the V. Okay, so like I did here, I'll start probably right about here, and then I'll do the double blanket stitch to just right here. So now we want to go down, pull our needle thread through, and then trying to stay in line with this here, I'll come up there. Okay, now I'm going to angle my needle going toward this top of this point here. Take the thread around the back of the needle. Now come down here at the bottom of the stitch, angle it the other direction so it's in a V shape. Get your thread, pull it around the back of the needle. And there you have it. So then it puts a nice little top there on the top of the V. Okay, so thinking right about here is where I'll start the double blanket stitch. Okay, now you just catch it here at the top. Bring the thread around the back of the needle. Very similar to the chain stitch. Okay, and then now we're going to just go right here next to it, and then we're going to just do the same thing. Go behind the needle with the thread, and you just have two side by side. Then go down, out the back, and then you just leave a space just like I did over here, and then just come up here. Just decide how much spacing you want in between. Completely up to you. Trying to get your stitches at the same height is the tricky part. Okay, now come over here, angle it here, go behind the needle, right next to it. Okay, so there's 2 rows. So I've already done 4 stitches. So most of your embroidery stitches are all done on top of the piece. Very few go underneath. The French knot, you go underneath. Satin stitch, you go underneath. The running stitch, but you can keep your needle on top of that even. So So in the next video, I will show you how to do the lazy daisy chain stitch on the daisy flowers, and then the stem stitch and more French knots. So we'll do 3 stitches. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for entering the giveaway. So I hope that more will enter. So far 1 person has entered. And you have to be subscribed to my newsletter. And you can get some great gifts right now, or any time of the year. So when I reach 300 subscribers, then I'll do another giveaway. And I would just love to hit 300 subscribers by the end of December, which I know we can do. So it just takes a community, it takes a village to share and to help get the word out. Somehow this all got into a little bit of a mess here. So I'm trying to figure out how to unmess it. Alright, let's just pull that whole thing out. Let's just do it that way and re-thread the needle, and then we won't have to go through that rigmarole. But these things happen, so this is what I keep saying. If it happens to me, it's going to happen to you. So I'm here to show you all of these things that could happen. This could go wrong. And when it does, that's all you have to do. Just take out the thread. That's the beauty of not having it double knotted. Okay. There we go. Now we're good. Keep your tail here about, what is that, maybe 2-3 inches. That helps prevent it from coming out of the eye. So other than that little mishap, I was doing pretty good. Okay. Now the second row. We are almost done. Yay! So if you've signed up for my newsletter, my VIP club, you will also get this free mason jar pattern as a digital printable, and then you can cut out your own fabric and make your own little Quilt Block mug rug. I keep going back and forth as to what I'm going to make with this, but I think now I am going to make it into a pillow for my, either put it on the couch or my bed, but it's going to be a pillow. So, and I will put a binding on it. So I've never put a binding and then made a pillow cover, so that's going to be interesting. But I'm all about experimenting with my stuff. I like experimenting. There is no one way to do something when it's your stuff. Nobody tells you you can't do that. So I go for it and I do all kinds of stuff. There we go. Alright, so we started off here with a double blanket stitch. We came across the top with the V blanket stitch, and then we came down this side with the double blanket stitch, and we did an applique stitch down here, all in this lovely gray tone, greenish gray, so I think that is really pretty. I think it looks really nice here on their mason jar top. And then we shall go down the sides. I'll go down the sides with that, and if I can find another really pretty blanket stitch that I want to teach you, then I will do that in the next video. And but I really loved those two. I thought those were really, really pretty. So I thought I would share those with you today. So this is a variation, so just instead of a plain old boring one blanket stitch, now you've got the double blanket stitch, and then you've got your V blanket stitch, and I just think it adds a lot more character and charm to your project. Okay, so there is our beautiful mason jar. Isn't it looking gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, with all this embroidery work on here, hand stitching is just absolutely adorable. And then over here, this block is really looking nice as well. And I'm going to come in here, and now on this stitch here, I'm going to turn this into a flower. So I'll show you how we're going to do that in one of the upcoming videos as well. Alright, thank you again, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Thanks for being here with me today, and have a safe and sunshiny day. Bye-bye.